So fairly recently on this show, we've talked a good deal about aesthetics and how with social media, with this new attention economy of everything being 2 seconds long, aesthetics have kind of superseded everything else, especially in the lens of art, where aesthetics have kind of completely overtaken substance. They've won the war, if you will, if there was a war going on. They've definitely won it if there was one, that's for sure. And I think that outside of just painting for a second, more so in the lens of, I suppose, what we could refer to as culture, if there really is a semblance of culture that we can pull out of social media and our algorithms, what we could refer to as that. I want to talk about the impact of aesthetics on that, because I'm finding it very interesting, especially as I've posted more on TikTok, right? So recently I have started posting some clips from Paint&Talk on TikTok, just because people told me to be honest. I was getting tired of having everybody who I know text me, like, you know that thing you do on YouTube, you're dumb for not posting that on TikTok. And I was like, all right, they're right, I should swallow my pride. So I posted a little bit on TikTok, right? And because of this, I've scrolled a tiny bit on TikTok, right? I wouldn't say I'm really on it all that much, but a little bit, especially compared to, I haven't been on the app in 2 years. Most striking thing, right off the bat, by the way, this is a little bit of a side tangent, everything is an ad now on this app. There's like Amazon on TikTok. Like, I heard about TikTok Shop. Like, I remember my friend being like, my dad is like addicted to TikTok Shop and it's just all he does now. And I was like, that's funny. It must be like, you know, like some thing I don't get. Like, I didn't even process it, I guess. I guess I was just ignoring my friend now that I think back to this. But oh my God, like they just have Amazon on TikTok now and you can make money off this. I mean, guys, if you see me just shilling products on TikTok Shop, just look the other way, keep walking, let me do my thing. Because I mean, it seems like there's real money in this TikTok Shop thing. But the app aside, the changes it's made, one thing that I found so interesting is just how obsessed my base algorithm was. Like, this is the algorithm, like when you first log on to the app, right? With appearance, with aesthetics, right? TikTok, it's no secret, hot people do amazing on TikTok. This is the least important revelation of all time, right? I think all of us know this. Like, you can be anybody if you're hot on TikTok, if you just point the camera at yourself and go, million views right away. Like, it's insane how much the algorithm favors appearance, right? It's genuinely unique, I'd say. Like, I can't think of another app that favors it as insanely as TikTok, right? And I think this has made everybody hyper aware of the way that they look or something. Because I've seen an insane amount of TikToks just about like appearance and about like how you know, like do this for your jawline, do this to make your face symmetry more like good or whatever. And listen, I mean, nothing against if you want to like max out your stats and have a glow up, like all more power to you. I think it could get unhealthy after a while. Like, I don't think you need to try and redefine your facial structure. I think that's a little bit crazy, but it just really got me thinking about, like, you know, outside of art, this is not just something that is like, oh, people are hyper aware of appearance. This is clearly something that's having an effect, right? And then I started thinking maybe people are more aware of this than we think, right? And then I started thinking about fashion. Fashion's really where I was thinking with this. We all know what kind of like the TikTok outfit looks like, right? There is, even when I wasn't on TikTok the last 2 years, I was somehow very aware, whether through friends or other content I saw post elsewhere, of what a TikTok outfit looked like, right? There's almost an archetype for it. And I think looking at fashion in general, like these TikTok outfits, they're kind of, you know, like a lot of the way fashion works is through like history, right? Like you have certain associations with clothing based on who wore them, what the purpose of the clothing was, social signals, right? The most obvious example of this is like being able, like a lot of people can look at two different people in a suit and tell you which person's richer, right? And we don't really know why. We can kind of just pick up on these things, right? That's how fashion works. These TikTok outfits are like a hodgepodge of sort of nothing. Like, it's almost like if you just made a sentence with a bunch of random words and the sentence didn't mean anything. That's what a lot of these TikTok outfits kind of are. And I always thought that was just like, you know, social media people being dumb. A guy threw on like a tie one day and was like, look, I have the more unique outfit compared to you, and then, you know, it spiraled off or whatever, right? that's kind of how I always figured it. But I really have come to realize as I got on the app a little bit that so much of this is oriented around uniqueness, right? Like, it's all about who can be the most unique, who can be the most novel, and everybody's failing at it. Like, it's extremely impressive how everybody is failing to be unique, because when everybody's doing their own thing, there's no such thing as being unique, right? I think I should actually stay out right here. I don't have any problem with people trying to be unique. I think it's often perceived as like cringe to be like, I'm gonna do my own thing, I'm gonna try and stand out, right? We have associations of like the kid in school who like was just acting weird for no reason for attention, right? I think that's like kind of where a lot of our minds go. I don't have a problem with being unique. I actually think that if you do it for the right reasons, it can be great. I mean, how many artists have come up with good things based off being like, I'm going to try and stand out a little bit right now from everybody else, right? I think that's a good thing. Oftentimes you can make great statements with that, but I think when it comes to being unique to stand out or to say something, it's very different than being unique for novelty's sake. And when aesthetics are everything, as they are on social media, you can pretty much only do it for novelty's sake. I mean, what would be the most revolutionary way to stand out on social media? Almost going against the current, which would automatically get no attention because of the way the algorithms work, right? Making a statement of like, this is extremely stripped down, and almost casting a mirror on like, look, you're scrolling so much. Like, something like that would, I suppose, be attempting to be unique in a way that stands out, right? There's a multitude of creators that do things like this. None of their names come to mind right now. Sorry, I can't say, can't shout anybody out here. Not that it would help them anyways, but I think it's a nice thing to do. It's not happening though. Can't remember the names. But I think that like, this whole thing of like, I'm going to be unique for the sake of being unique, for the sake of standing out, for the sake of views, has led to a lot of people attempting to be unique, and everybody just being like a different type of archetype. They're all different core, they're all different XYZ, you know? And I suppose that what I'm trying to say here, right, is that, one, this is like gonna happen, this is fine. I'm not trying to shit on anybody, right? I mean, like, if you want to make a unique thing and be like, I'm different than everybody else to get views, cool, right? I do think that there's like an element of this, which is like, it almost feels like everybody's trying to be a flash in a pan right now, and nobody's actually looking to build a well-stoked fire over time, right? They're saying, what is unique, what is a little bit different, and the example of fashion, I mean, I see it all the time here in New York. They'll just throw on everything in their closet to walk outside looking different than everyone else, and they end up saying nothing. They end up being just somebody wearing a lot of clothes, somebody unique, right? And that's cool. If you want to go outside and get just like people looking at you and be like, look, I'm unique, I'm different, I respect that. Again, this is no hate towards anybody. This is, everybody has their own prerogative, right? But there is something that like, within this new perceived uniqueness from these aesthetics, we've lost a sense of like, I am truly myself. Right? Somebody who's truly just being themselves, if that's even possible, which is a whole other conversation, but let's say for argument's sake, here it is, they're going to be very similar to a lot of other people, right? Like, no one singular human being is so unique that, like, nobody else can relate to them or look like them or have the same feeling as them. You know, even if you think of people throughout history that you think of like, that's somebody who's special and unique. Like even Steve Jobs just wore Levi's 501s, you know, if we're looking at the context of fashion here, right? And I think the reason why I want to speak about this, because it's not really an issue, right? It's kind of just a random thing. And I mean, not that my videos are ever speaking about issues in general, it's usually just something I have on my mind. But the reason I think I want to think about this in general is because I think that like, we've lost a sense of like what being unique actually is. And not the most unique thing to do, but if you actually want to be unique, the thing that you really need to do is stop trying to be unique and start just being yourself, right? People like, they want to seem as if they are being themselves, so they kind of throw on everything, be like, look, I'm different, I'm myself. But it's like, sometimes yourself is more toned down. Sometimes yourself is going to be something that's not 100% novel and unique, right? And of course, there's obviously going to be a percentage of these people who are putting on these unique things and going out into the world, and getting all these views and stuff like that who are genuinely being themselves. There's a percentage there. You can't convince me that's all them, right? Like, I'd love to be like, oh, all these people are just being themselves on the internet, but when I see the 15th person trying to be unique, very obviously for views, who has somehow crafted together a very unique look with the same 15 trendy pieces that everybody else is wearing, I'm like, this is just an attempt to be unique for unique's sake, for the novelty of it. And what if, I think this is almost counterintuitive, right? Like, we live in this time where, maybe for the first time in history, I wouldn't say for the first time in history, I'd say like right now more people than ever can be themselves, can live out their truth, right? Of like expression, just thinking in terms of surface level aesthetics here, right? We could have a much deeper conversation about this, but in terms of surface level aesthetics, especially if you live in the right area, I can only speak from the perspective of somebody living in New York, right? But if you live here, you could wear whatever you want. You can be whoever you want. You can find the right circle. You can go anywhere you want. You can meet the right people, right? With the internet even, no matter where you are, you can meet the people that have your interest. With that, it feels like this is like opening the door to so much, but because of the way that the attention operates within this new world, we've lost the actual ability to be unique and to be ourselves because we're so focused on being somebody that we're not focused on being ourselves. And that, I think, is what's bothering me. That, I think, is what has me thinking about this topic and wanting to, you know, being unique is not to be novel, it's to be authentic, I think. I mean, both are unique, I guess, by definition, but to be authentically unique, I think, should be the goal. You know, I think people need to stop trying to build a well-stoked, or stop trying to be flashes in a pan, get that little moment, and start trying to be themselves. I mean, I'm phrasing here as a well-stoked fire, but I think more accurately, you know, people need to stop trying to be somebody, they just need to be themselves. That is, I guess, what I'm trying to get at here. I think aesthetics play a large role into that. I don't know, I think I really came here with a much simpler idea in mind than I ended up discussing today. And I feel like it is a simple idea, but I feel like I just went like the worst way around to get to it. So sorry if this was confusing at all. This is the painting, still rocking heavy with this palette, guys. I'm still really liking it. I'm still loving that green. We are going to do 2 more with this. I want to finish out all the paints on this palette. You know, after that, let's think. How many do we have after that? 4 more palettes after this. Maybe 3. Maybe 2, depending on how much paint I put out. I don't know why I keep telling you guys these things. I think it's because I'm actually a little nervous that you guys are probably really waiting for the end of the color palette series, because it's a really boring thing to watch me paint, right? I promise, though, the next one's good. Just stay with me, guys. 14 more paint talks until we're at that next series. It's gonna be great, guys. It's gonna be amazing. And I'm probably not gonna be able to execute it that well, but it's gonna be good. It's gonna be unique and novel and great for the algorithm and flashy and awesome. Check out the Instagram for this. It'll be up with all the other color palette series in 14 days. And until next time, guys, gals, and pals, my name is Max Dice. This has been Paint Talk episode 219. I'm here every morning, painting and talking with you all.